Do 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 do. At some point in time, maybe we'll actually have some music for this show. Uh, but anyway, hi everybody. I'm your host Tim, and again, we're here for week 2, so that actually shows some progress, and that we are committed to doing this for week 2. We're committed to do this 52 times, hoping to get this show better, and while trying to improve what creatively decisive is. So let's get into it. Here we are at episode 2, and we are recording. So I am going to put myself in the picture here. Here we go. Trying each day to get a little better at the show. So anyway, we creatively indecisive. A show about people who can't make decisions creatively or otherwise. I'm doing this show because I am one of them, and I want to become slowly better, and if we can form a community that also wants to slowly get better, then that's why I've made this show public. Just a little bit of why I do a live show is because I want to be as authentic as possible. And at the same time, I want to produce a good show. I am a video producer, or want to be a video producer, so I'm just going to do this live. My aim is not to be the greatest show host. That's not my aim here. My aim is to be a video producer. So on the presentation side, I may not be the best, or even video wise. That's why I'm here. We're just here to get slowly better. So let's start here with episode 2. And what we're going to talk about today. What are we going to do? I'm going to update my journey thus far. We're going to be setting some goals, or actually just talking about some projects. And I'm going to give you a brief work history. And also, I'm going to be reading the comments that you guys gave us. Okay. And so let's get into the next slide. And which is the journey update. So hey, I've gotten a little better with this transmission stuff, right? Okay. I found it's really hard to commit to a show each week. This is why I haven't done this before up until this point, but I am committed to 52 weeks, and that's what I'd like to do. And so it's hard to plan all this thing with everything going on, everything you want to get done, the things that we do. So it's pretty hard. I'm finding that writing a to-do list is very helpful. Let me see if I can show you my to-do list. And here's today's to-do list. I haven't marked off much of it, but I am marking off some of it. And yeah, a lot. I just looked at that. Look, there's a lot of stuff unchecked there. for being 3:51 today. It's really hard for me to focus, and that's part of this show here too, is to give me some focus. But there has been a lot of progress made. I did do a production this week, and it was a paid production. It was a musical guest, and hopefully I can bring shots of that at some point in time. And also I've cleaned the house and gotten a couple other chores done. So having to do this has really helped out, and to get things done. Next, we're going to set some goals here, or at least talk about some projects. Here's some of the projects that I have in mind that I haven't been able to get to, and one is I'm doing a documentary on Jonas Cattell. He's from the Revolutionary War. It's a very interesting project, and I do have somebody working with me on this project, and hopefully that's going to be a big part of the journey here, and I'll be able to tell you all about that. I'm doing a lot of motion graphics training, and again, next week I'll be talking about the timeline and how much time I'm going to spend on each one, and setting up a real goal-oriented, for these projects. And part of it is that I have a lot of projects that I'm doing here. You're going to see another one here. I have to complete this website, an old project. That it just doesn't seem to go away, and this is a paying client, and I just haven't been able to, get this project done. And I got a bunch of music projects. I play the saxophone, and there's just all kinds of projects that I've been wanting to do. Again, I got to look at what's realistic, what's important. And but music is a big part of my life, and I want to, continue to do that. And also, there's a way I can do work on freelance video projects from YouTube. People need commercials. I don't know how well this will work out, but that's something that seems really interesting. As just an overall goal of where I want to be, like I said, I'm 56 years old, close to retirement, but I'm the type of person that just doesn't want to retire. I want to continue to do the work I love in some way, form, or fashion. My wife and I would love to do a lot of traveling, and so I'd like a job that I could work from home or work wherever I am at. So that's, the setup that I'm trying to get towards, is that, I think I've given up on the fact that I'm not going to work for ABC or CBS or any of those big radio stations. I'm not sure if they want to hire somebody my age. Maybe they do. But I think what my goals should be set as is, trying to find a work from home sort of business or freelance business that will enable me to, have much more flexibility as time goes by. All right. So let's talk about a brief work history here. And this is like the who's who of why give a work history? Because for myself, I don't want to repeat other patterns, and there's a lot of old patterns that I just seem to just keep on doing, and so let's talk about the history. When I was a kid, also I wanted to do a lot of things. I wanted to be a farmer. I wanted to drive an ice cream truck, um, and I wanted um, I wanted to have like a deli shop that was, had a Frankenstein theme to it. So I had all kinds of ideas on what I wanted to do. Um, but I was never really great at implementing them. I just realized that my face is covering part of that, the text there. So my first real goal was to become a musician. I learned to play the clarinet and the saxophone, and everybody discouraged me from, that was not a realistic goal. Nobody should become a musician. You'll never get work. So I listened to those people, and I ended up studying finance in college, and I never loved it. And in fact, when I started working my first job, I got sidetracked by being a musician, playing out at clubs. I remember I had to make a choice one night that to either go to my music practice, or not work, or to work late on a monthly closing that I had to do as an accountant. And I made the decision to go to my music practice. And that was probably the first clue that my bosses decided that, hey, maybe this guy isn't the guy we want to promote. So there I go. Everyone told me, don't become a musician, because you'll never get work. And then here I was being sidetracked by being a musician. I don't know. There's some sort of ironic there. So as time went on, I got my girl pregnant, and I ended up having to work finance for 25 years because I had to have child support. I had to keep health care for my kid. I had to keep health care for myself. So working that finance job did give me that stability that perhaps I needed for the decisions that I had made. And good, bad, or indifferent, they were the decisions that I made. So it's just the way it is, and I'm learning that I shouldn't place blame anymore. So as we continue on here, I started studying design and video in my 40s as my boy got older. So now, times had shifted a little bit. My boy was getting older, and it gave me the ability to start it, and I loved it. And I was like, why? This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. But I found it hard. I found it really, really hard. Even in my 40s, it was tough to find a job and, to start over again. And my last job in finance was hell. And like I said, it was the definition of a hostile environment. I don't think I was, I had a boss who was very disrespectful. It was, I was not interested in the job anymore. And anyway, it was good that I got laid off, and finally my good wife encouraged me to just go out and do my own thing. So I got laid off that job almost 10 years ago. And I've been struggling in these 10 years, and I've made some money in video production and web design and teaching and all these things. But I'm trying this is the purpose of this video, is to get more defined about what I want to do. And I want the next 10 years to be at least more profitable, or at least me being okay with the fact that it's not profitable. So, that's what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to gain a peace of mind and see where this goes and document it. And that's what this says here. I've since then I've been struggling to earn a decent wage. Yet what I'm doing is more aligned with my interest. I have to admit, my wife says that I'm much happier. I love what I'm doing. I work for free a lot, and I'm trying not to do that as much. I'm trying to get paid for what I do, and these are all the struggles that'll be a part of the show. So let's talk about all the comments that I got this week, and we got no comments. In fact, there's only 3 views from last week, and those 3 views, I believe, were me. So thank you all for not watching. But it's okay. It wasn't the intention of this show. And the intention for me, it's more of making this show than you watching it. But you never know. At some point, it's out there on the internet. People may watch it. So let's talk about next week. So next week we're going to set up some time frame for the goals, or for the projects, and how I intend to, because I don't think I really set goals. What I did was just kind of stated some of the projects that I'm working on, and there actually is one more there too that I didn't put in. But I'm gonna take a couple projects at a time and talk about them, and that way we can track the progress on those. The second is we're going to talk about some encouraging videos that I saw from TED Talks, and there were some really good ones. And distractions. We'll talk again about distractions, the enemy, which is, I'm the enemy. And we'll talk about any comments that we've had. Maybe we'll get one. Who knows? If you watch this all the way through, so please subscribe and or come in and join the discussion. And I look forward to seeing you next week. So thanks for watching. Maybe next week we'll have a theme song. Thank you, everybody.